So yesterday we did a video on introducing Tori to the scratchboard, and she got the hang of it really quickly, I think, just because she's a lot older and she's done a bucket load of training over years. So I thought that I would do the same introduction video with Poodle, because he's so much younger and doesn't know as much, so he's a little bit more difficult to train, and show you how I do things differently if you do have a dog like Poodle. So the main things that I'm going to do differently off the top of my head, he's going to get a much higher rate of reinforcement for smaller approximations towards the final goal, so I'm not going to push him as hard to like up the criteria and do harder behaviours at all. We're going to make the whole first session really simple and really easy and fun for him. I'm also going to make sure that I'm throwing in other behaviours that he already knows how to do, and I'll reinforce him for those as well, so that he's like mixing it up a little bit to prevent any frustration. Whenever he's learning something new, I have a habit of asking too much of him because I'm expecting him to train like Tori, and as a result he does tend to get a bit frustrated. I also kind of do it for too long, so I'm going to attempt to keep this session a little bit shorter than I did with Tori and make it easier for him, and it's all about anything towards the scratchboard to start with. He does have a foot. That's a nose. Foot. Yay, good boy. But it's a much weaker behaviour than what Tori has, so I'm not expecting a whole lot from the first session, but we'll just see what happens. So at the start, it's absolutely anything towards. That wasn't even a foot, that was just a nose. He has a really strong nose touch, so that's going to get in the way probably. Foot. Assy. Good. So if you ask him to do something and he doesn't get it right, touch. You just ask something else. We want to keep the success rate really high. Assy. Good boy. Foot. Actually, should have got that. Foot. Touch. Assy. Foot. Foot. Good. Foot. No. Yes, good boy. Nice work. Foot. So you can see it's a much weaker behaviour. Tori got this almost immediately. He's going to take a lot longer. Foot. Good. Stand. Foot. Boy. Spin. So it's Tori in the background getting frustrated. Good boy. So he's just put his foot on for the first time, so we're going to grab that and make that really worth its while. Foot. Good. Off. Good. Tori said, get steady. Good boy. Good boy. Good job. Foot. Good boy. Spin. Assy. Assy. Couché. We'll take it. Spin. Good boy. Wait. Tori, up. Stay there. Wait. Foot. Foot. Good boy. Find it. Tori, stay. Foot. he is doing something quite different. Tori immediately went into a scratch. Poodle's just, oh, you can see him, he's just standing on it. Hello. And so we're not getting very many nails on it, we're getting more pads. But I don't think that matters at this point. We'll kind of figure that out later. He doesn't yet understand that it's got anything to do with his feet. Good boy, maybe you do. So, good job. So we'll just keep playing around and doing more foot stuff with the board around, probably for a few more sessions, and then we will, good boy, and then we will start to shape it and get a bit more of a scratch rather than a foot target, which he's doing at the moment. He's crazy. He's pretty much doing